Heston Kjerstad, he was asked how long it took him to get back to 100% again, and last year was a lost season for him, only 54 games, and just then he had the mysterious illness, and we never saw him again.
Nobody's speaking
and
he which is his right.
Yes, he chose to decline to talk about what happened last year, but seems healthy this year for what it's worth, and hitting the ball hard down in spring training. What, if anything, do you expect from Heston Kjerstad, who is going to turn 27?
Yeah, that 2020 draft is not exactly just around the corner anymore. It feels like a long time ago. I don't see a road for him, unless multiple people get hurt. I mean, unless there is a real just rash of injuries. I think he's going to start the year in Norfolk, and I think he's a left-handed swing and miss power bat that if somebody gets hurt and they need him on the bench, that's what he'll be. And I think that young on the bench, not seeing live pitching every day, he probably that's not ideal for a bench guy. But you can't play him in the outfield. You just can't. And first base is clogged up now. I mean, a lot of injuries would have to happen at first base for it to open up in a meaningful way. I just don't see it. I think that the Taylor Ward thing really kind of cemented. And Dylan Beaver's playing as well as he did last year. So you got Beavers from the left side doing what he did last year. Then they go out and get an everyday left fielder who put up career power numbers. And they get Alonso. He's in Norfolk.
I'm just at the point with Heston Kjerstad where I'm not expecting anything. No. If you get something out of him, awesome, great. And I feel for the guy because it's just been one thing after another since he was drafted with the myocarditis, and then he had the hamstring injury. Then he was getting a little bit of consistent run in 2024 and gets drilled in the head and suffers a serious concussion at that. It's been a lot of unfortunate events for Heston Kjerstad. Not all of it his fault, of course, but at this stage, he's not a prospect. He's not
he's almost 27.
He's so far along at this point where it's just he's left behind for me.
So let's move to Jackson Holliday, who was supposedly getting the cast off today. Feels good, though, the hamate bone thing. The hamate bone's a weird thing, man. It didn't even get hit by the pitch. It just snaps on you. Got it removed, I guess. But cast coming off today. He said he hopes to be swinging again in a few weeks.
I guess the surgery wasn't as drastic as, I guess there's a couple different ways that they could remove it. And this was less cumbersome, I guess, less intensive than another procedure would have been. But I still don't think he's going to do much till the middle of March, probably. And I think it's pretty clear he's going to start the year in the minors. I haven't heard anything from them that would indicate otherwise. I think Blaze Alexander. Well, and that'll be interesting, too, because then you started hearing some rumblings from down there about maybe there'll be more second base for Jordan. Jordan taking more balls at second. And maybe they prefer Alexander at third. I don't know. If it's only going to be 2 or 3 weeks, I would just say Westburg. People have been jerked around with enough. And Westburg with the obliques and him being as driven as he is, I would
keep him at third.
Yeah, that's where I would be. But I did find it odd that it did not take long for it to start percolating, and it's coming out of Sarasota. It's not like it's coming out of foul territory or something, like some national show. It's coming out. So somebody's talking about it down there.
Yeah, I've been seeing that too, and I just leave Westburg alone. Yes, he can play both positions, but he's much better defensively at third than at second base, and you're just moving. You're messing up the entire infield at that point almost.
They do like jerking people around, though. The more you can do is their motto. But yeah, I'm completely with you guys. Just if it's a temporary thing, leave Jordan Westburg alone. Let Blaze play second base, and then when Jackson Holliday's ready to be back, and hopefully sooner rather than later, he takes his spot back at second base, and Jordan Westburg doesn't have to worry about anything else. Why mess with two guys?
Yeah. Absolutely. I obviously will all be interested to see, is it 2 weeks, 3 weeks, how far behind Jackson actually ends up being, from when the season starts versus when he's in an Orioles lineup for the first time. And it's pretty weird for Alexander because it's pretty, from what he said down there, I think this whole thing caught him by surprise. And then he gets here, and then he finds out Jackson Holliday's hurt.
Yeah.
Now he's starter. Now, if he stays healthy, he's going to be in the opening day lineup, and he'll probably be in the lineup with some regularity for a bit of time.
But remember, that was just fortunate timing.
Right. Of course. Yeah. But either way, this is a pretty different sort of debut for him in this organization than. He went from probably thinking, well, geez, there's these off days early in the year, and I hope I get a chance to string a few at-bats together to, oh, yeah, you're going to be playing a ton in spring training because you're going to start the year at second base.
Yeah, you go from being a utility guy to an opening day starter. And with Jackson, they're saying the goal is just miss the first few weeks of the regular season, but what are the lingering effects? Because you see that you don't get your power back for a few months, and obviously Jackson Holliday is not a power bat, but how much is that going to affect him when he does return?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know that he's been through something like this before. And
missing all of spring training.
Let's be real. How well does Blaze Alexander perform is sort of what I'm getting at here. Like, if he's doing the job, and I think there's no doubt in my mind he's a defensive upgrade over Jackson Holliday. And if these pitchers are getting a whole bunch of balls put in play, and there are a lot of guys who maybe are that who want to keep the ball down and pitch to contact and try to get soft contact, and they're off to a hot start, and he's stealing some bases, and he's getting on base, and he's playing great at second base. They're never going to say it out loud, but does that all of a sudden affect Jackson Holliday's clock?
Before we step out, Coby Mayo doing a lot of work at third base.
No, that's not the answer.
No, we kind of.
So I really don't even understand in the short term why that makes sense. Like, even if a world existed where they didn't get Blaze Alexander, and we're sitting here saying Westburg, whenever he comes back from the oblique, is definitely going to second base, and there's nothing else at third base, I would still say go out and get something else at third base or play Velazquez at third base and just put this kid in right field. But that's not even what's happening. No. And if anything, the drumbeat seems to be intensifying. The closer we get, what are we, 3 days removed from that game against the Yankees?
Yeah.
The closer we get, the more I think they're going to see what it looks like again in spring training.
Oh, they are.
But every time they do that, it's at the expense of him learning how to play right field when games don't matter.
Well, again, it's more of jerking around a young player. Coby Mayo is not playing third base in the major leagues.
No.
He's not going to do it well. I mean, you can put him there.
Well,
you're courting disaster.
He's not. Like, have him at first base, which he's still played significantly less than third base. That's still the newer position to him.
And better.
Or have him in right field. Like, I don't see the benefit of him playing third base.
By the way, one other note, Robinson Chirinos is back. He's returned to the Orioles as a special assistant.
Did he ever really leave?
No, they didn't bring him back on staff, but now he's a special.
They reported 4 days ago he missed like 4 days.
Yeah, he's now a special assistant for baseball ops and player development, for what that's worth.
Hey, he's been around a long time. He's a good guy. He's got ties to their organization. And all the former catchers, bring them on.
Yeah.
You don't want to sign a third catcher, which I guess could be Sam Huff. And we'll see what he looks like behind the plate. I mean, maybe Sam Huff breaks with the team. He was once a pretty big prospect with the Rangers. But yeah, I don't feel great about their defensive catching situation with their top two.